So just close your eyes, relax, rest in the presence, and hold space.
Namo Namaha
Namaste.
Welcome.
Welcome to our weekly online Satsang. Satsang being a Sanskrit word that means community of truth, not a specific one. Any time where two or more people come together who are sharing the path of awakening and the flowering of the heart, there's a satsang. And we multiply one another's strength and grace. We're empowered coming together. We have more in common with others who are awakening than members of our own faith communities oftentimes who haven't begun to awaken at the same levels that maybe we might be experiencing. So, it's great to be with you. It's what the world needs now is humanity to awaken from the delusion of separate existence and what that engenders, competition, conflict, and violence, and awaken to a new world rooted in love, cooperation, harmony, and peace. And that can only happen not through a political movement or an ideological movement or even a spiritual movement. It happens when the human heart awakens and begins to flower with unconditional love. When enough of us have begun to do that, the effect will shift the collective consciousness of humanity on this planet. And it's already happening. I was searching on, well, I'll come back to that, posting. But we're sharing during the satsang the Flowering Heart Blessing, which is a transmission of divine grace, light, love, specifically for the purpose of awakening the heart, awakening the receiver to begin to experience oneness with the divine source within and in everything and with everyone. Awakening is, as it turns out, not something that we can achieve through our own efforts, although consistent right effort in the direction of awakening and spiritual growth helps. It creates a conducive atmosphere where the divine may, at an unexpected moment, choose to bestow the grace of transformation and awakening. It is a gift of grace. So when the divine gave us the Flowering Heart Blessing, said, begin to share this one. Tell people this doesn't belong to any master or saint or avatar or hierarchy or organization. It belongs only to the divine and those to whom I give it freely. And it is a gift of grace. That means free, undeserved, and unearned. So give it away. Don't charge for it. And tell people who are interested, once you've received the Flowering Heart Blessing, you are instantly initiated and activated to be able to share the blessing with others at a distance, in meditation or prayer through intention, or in person through touch. With the informed consent of the receiver. So please do share the Flowering Heart Blessing, and let's just help people continue to awaken at deeper and deeper levels. We've got a ways to go. Which brings me back to the posting. I was exploring the Facebook page of one of my Facebook friends. And I saw this posting, and it spoke to me, so I shared it on my page, and I'm going to share it with you. Right before we move to a new higher frequency, there is always a tower moment to remove everything and everyone whose vibrations are not a match to where we're going. If a lot is crumbling right now, you are making the space for more light to enter. Trust this. I think that's really hard to do, especially in those tower moments. The image of the tower, it's one of the major arcana of the tarot, but it represents a time where lightning strikes the tower of all the structures that we're depending on in our lives, and the tower is toppled. And those who are seeking refuge in the tower are like sort of blown out the windows. And so these are times none of us really want to see. But it's part of the process when everything that doesn't match the vibration of what we're about to move into begins to dissolve and be removed from our lives. And it's then that we need to know that we're making space for more light to enter, and we need to trust that. And I'd say today on Earth is pretty much one of those moments for everybody. So just wanted to share that. And we open it to questions and answers about the spiritual journey. It could be anything that you're experiencing in your efforts to become an awakened being, or in seeking divine union, God realization, or maybe in your meditation practice, or just some questions that you've been puzzling on about the journey. I think we always have those questions, which is why I get surprised when they don't come up sometimes. Really getting more clarity and more light has everything to do with asking, and asking the right questions. Spiritual reality is not designed so that our minds can wrap around it. That's the other thing. So there will always be these puzzlings in the mind of, how can that be? What does that mean? Where do we go from there? And it's when we share those kinds of questions in satsang, in spiritual community with others, that the divine presence inspires answers and gives clarity and light that benefits the entire community. So, once again, that's your part. Other than to just be here and bask in all of this and share in the presence, please join us in sending the Flowering Heart blessing by intention to all the participants who are with us this evening, all who will be joining us in the days ahead. Definitely been seeing it so much lately that we have many times more people that participate in these satsangs after Monday night during the next week before the next Monday night, living in different parts of the world. The Flowering Heart satsang attracts people from other continents on the other side of the world, from many countries, from many spiritual traditions, and we're not a formal organization of membership. We're drawn together by spirit, by our flowering hearts. So that's what we're doing, and we've got some time for questions. If you ask on the inside, ask the Spirit, ask the Presence, what might you bring up tonight? And ask that would be helpful for you and an source of inspiration for the entire group that's gathered. And we'll be gathering, as I said, in the days ahead, watching the recording of tonight. We can wait a few minutes. Got any questions?
Just try to think of one.
I've been in a number of what we might call darshan. It's an aspect of satsang, of spiritual community. But darshan is when you have the privilege to actually sit in the presence of a being that is considered God-realized and or enlightened. And to sit in the presence of a living saint, a living enlightened master, is transforming. If nothing is said, just sitting in their presence, you get tuned up. You're never quite the same again. So, highly recommended. But I've never been in all the many darshans I've had with a number of, I've been blessed to be able to meet with and share presence with some profoundly enlightened spiritual teachers of various traditions. I've never been in one of those meetings where questions just didn't flow because we all want to know. But why would they flow in darshan with an enlightened Tibetan master and not be flowing right here with us? It's because when you know that you are in the presence of an enlightened one, you expect there are answers to be had that are going to like move you and awaken you. And so you can't stop them. They have to stop the darshan or move into meditation before those questions stop. So what that tells me about this situation is perhaps you're not thinking that there are really answers to be had. But what if suddenly Buddha dropped in here on the altar? Or Christ stepped out of that picture behind us? Do you think you might have something you'd like to ask? Because I say that because the truth is they're with us right here. Buddha's here, Kuan Yin is here, Christ is here, all the forms of the divine and all the non-forms of the divine. The presence is here saying, what do you want, my people? What do you want? I guess that was my question to you, the divine, through me to you. What do you want? I want him to quit doing stuff like that. Oh well. It makes my job so easy when this happens. We will be diving into deep intent Diksha, which is, Diksha just means blessing. Flowering heart blessing is Hridaya, Vikasa, Diksha. It's one of those words from Sanskrit that slips out every so often because we spent so much time in India and practicing Indian traditions and meditations. But we'll be sending very powerful intent blessings for those of you who have brought specific needs with you tonight and who are carrying burdens in your heart. And we'll conclude at the end with the open eye light meditation. So I'm still waiting.
I guess everybody's out of their minds tonight.
That's a good thing.
That is a good thing.
No problem with that. I don't have a problem with anything of this. It's just, I know that when one or two of you starts just throwing something out there, what about this? What about that? It never fails to catalyze a really inspired discussion. Quote the Master Christ, you have not because you ask not. Ask and you shall receive. A member of our community here that lived here locally and met with us regularly and studied a lot of things here with us. And he said, look, the divine already knows everything. I'm surrendered. Everything is well and will be well. And he said, why ask? I said, well, perhaps because sacred scripture says, you have not because you ask not. Ask and you shall receive. And Christ said, ask and you shall receive, seek and you shall find, knock and the door will be opened unto you. And those are three different levels of the same thing. I mean, asking is just beginning more light. I mean, even that is like, give me more light. That's great. And then seeking is a bit more active. You're asking, but you're looking for it. You're seeking for it. And knocking means you've come to a portal of grace and you're not going to move away. You just sit and knock at the door until it opens to you. Because the door of grace opens from the other side, which is why we can't blow the door down or take it off its hinges. And Christ said that's one of the things that he saw people in his day trying to do. People were trying to take the kingdom of heaven with force. And it's so much easier than that. So maybe you'll already know that. Then someone should have asked, why are you even asking us these questions? We already know all this. All right. Well, got anything you want to share?
No. Just trying to reflect on the week and any meditations I may have had, but I was more caught up in busyness this week than I was meditation.
Well, I'll tell you this. I probably shouldn't, but I will. This is Suzanne's birthday.
Oh, tomorrow. Yeah.
Happy birthday.
Thank you.
It's almost, a couple hours away. And so that's been a delightful celebration. We have another friend that we often meet with on Indian Rocks Beach and watch sunsets and walk. And it's part of the sunset crew, we call it. And her birthday is actually today, and then Suzanne's is tomorrow. And so we had a little celebration on the beach last night, which was just delightful. Quite a joy. Okay, well, I'm getting the message from our very quiet crew here tonight.
To just move on?
To just move on.
Okay.
And so, please close your eyes and open your heart and welcome the presence who dwells within you. This presence is not something that's hard to find or hard to invoke, because in the presence we live. In the presence we move. In the presence we have our being. Everything that is exists within the presence. And this presence does not judge you. The presence is often described as love. The divine presence is unconditional love. And that means there are no strings attached. It means the divine never withdraws its love and its light and its grace from you because you screw up or make a mistake. We do that to ourselves because of the way we've been programmed, because of bad religious teaching, if you will, that has told us that when we screw up, it makes God mad and brings judgment. Well, we human parents are expected to do a better job with our children. When our children make mistakes, we teach them how to do better, and we're patient, and we still love them unconditionally, don't we? Well, the divine presence is infinite love. There is no separation between you and the divine. The challenge that we've faced is to remove that wrong programming and to open ourselves to receive what is freely being given. The divine yearns to awaken you to reality, to the light that is present in this very moment. The divine yearns to free you from the illusion of separate existence that makes us feel distance from one another and from the divine source, that we might awaken to the reality of oneness with all that is. The divine presence that yearns to give this to you is all powerful, has the power to do it, is all wise and all knowing, well able to do it. It will not violate, however, it will not violate our own freedom, the freedom to run from the light, to isolate ourselves, to judge ourselves and then project that on God or something. The divine gently allows us to grow, to mature, to deepen, to turn to the light in our own time. And so, we invite you to do that now. Turn to the divine at the center of your being, everything that you need to awaken, to transform, to flower into oneness with the light. All of it is present within you. The outer world is just a reflection of the inner world. We look in the outer world, and if we see goodness and light and truth and love, that's a reflection of what's inside of us. If we see conflict and trouble, darkness and despair, that too is a reflection of our inner state. All we need to do is open, welcome, allow, receive the oceans of grace that are pouring out to you at the center of your being right now. That's the realm of your thoughts, your desires, your feelings, all the charges and the programming. The divine would love to clear your mind field and fill your soul with beautiful divine feelings and thoughts and awareness. Just receive. Just drink in the light. eyes of your heart and just give it to the divine. Roll the whole weight of your concern into the hands of the divine. The divine will take that burden up for you, free you, and release miraculous grace and divine intervention in that situation. Just trust and release it into the outpouring of divine light and love, which is infinitely more powerful than the anger and fear and aggression. Let all that be melted from the heart of humanity. Scripture declares in numerous ways that it is the divine itself that will cause wars to cease. We ask for all war, all military conflict on this planet to end. Shanti, Shanti. Now we'd like to invite you to just relax your hands, your hearts, and all the rest of you. And open your eyes when you're ready. Begin to make direct eye contact with Suzanne and or me. Just make sure you keep looking at one of our eyes. There's nothing else to do but just relax and receive and drink in the grace as we begin the light meditation. In this meditation, Suzanne and I are flooded with oceans of divine grace that begin to pour through every fiber of our being to you, especially through our eyes. Eyes have been called by mystics the doorways of the soul, and so it is. As you keep making eye contact, the light shines out through our eyes into your eyes, deep into your lie down nearby in Shavasana, which is to lie on your back with your arms loosely at your sides, your eyes closed, and just dissolve in the presence of gratitude. For whatever you do, before you leave the satsang tonight, give us a like or a love, or just let us know you were there, because I saw people that were there that didn't tell us. And we love to look after these webcasts are finished and see who dropped in. We love you guys very much. Until we meet again, know that the divine in us beholds the divine in you, and we bow to